TGR News, broadcasting from the State of Israel.
Welcome back to TGR News.
Hello, hello.
This week we'll talk about 3 terrorist attacks, separate attacks on one day on Sunday, and as well the Prime Minister Yair Lapid trying to close down a right-wing news agency to stop spreading the truth, basically. But first, let's say thank you. Thank you so much for everything you guys do. Because of you guys, as we say every week, and it's just the truth, that's why we say the same thing every week.
Yeah.
Because of you guys, we're able to help so many people here in the state of Israel. And it's such a blessing to the people here in the country, and such a blessing to the people of the state of Israel and the nation of Israel. And it's all because of you guys. Thank you so much. As we say every week, if you're not yet a part of this and you want to be a part of what we're doing here, there are links below every video, links to the Patreon page and to the Support Us page at thegoldenreport.com. Or you can just go to thegoldenreport.com on the Support Us page there and find any way that's best for you to be a part of this wonderful thing that you guys are helping us do. It really is something special. It's in this week, this past week, was the holidays, and we were able, as you saw the video, I think it's 2 videos ago, we were able to even put out 2 packages for the holiday table. It really was a blessing, and really thank you guys so much. Well, let's get started.
Yeah, let's do it. Seeing how the Arabs had been so eager to kill Jews during our holidays on the Jewish New Year, at the beginning of the week, the government decided to keep them on lockdown during Yom Kippur and Sukkot. Good decision.
It was a good decision, and we still had a lot of problems.
Yes, even though they closed, we still have. They always trying to kill us.
Yeah, it was necessity. It definitely was a necessity. Could you imagine what would have happened if they didn't have the close down? Because here now we get started. On Sunday, we had 3 separate terrorist attacks with gunfire. In the Samaria area, Arabs opened fire on a group of Jews that were protesting about the security problem in Israel. It was exactly what they were protesting about. During this firefight, an IDF soldier was injured. He was shot in the leg. This is basically, the Israelis were talking, the only thing the Arabs did was prove them right. We're talking about how this is such a big problem we're having now, this uprising, and they're wanting the government to take more action. And during their protests, the Arabs, sure enough, came in and started shooting at everyone.
Yeah, ironic. If it wasn't so bad and painful, it was a little bit ironic.
Yeah, absolutely.
Earlier on Sunday, Arabs opened fire on a cab with a Jewish family on their way home. A bus driver behind the car taking fire made a heroic act and placed the bus between the cab and the Arab terrorist. The bus was bulletproof.
Yeah, the bus driver knew his bus was bulletproof. Absolutely. So he was quick on the draw. He saw what was happening, and he raced around the car and put himself between the gunfire, and the car and the cab. It was a wonderful thing he did. He saved lives, and so I mean that was very, very good. But still on Sunday. Another one. On Sunday, a Jewish man was attacked and had his head split open by a group of young Arabs. He was on his way to get his car fixed.
Yeah.
He was driving through an area, still the state of Israel, but there was more Arabs there than other areas. And they just attacked him, and they saw his face. You could see it on the news. It's just, you could see his skull.
Yeah. And again, by the way, this area, the Arab village, is close to us. It's close to us.
5-minute drive.
Like we're driving close to it every day, and it's again showing how they come to Israel every day. They come to work here. They come to our shopping malls, and it's okay. If we go to their village or these things happen. Okay. These things happen. We're not supposed to be there.
Yeah, everywhere you walk around in Israel, anyone who's been here or will be here if you come, you'll see Arabs walking around freely everywhere, just like Ola says.
Yeah.
And are everywhere in the streets, driving down the road, everything's fine.
Yep.
But if we by accident go into one of their neighborhoods, everything is not fine.
Yeah.
That's also another fact that tells the story. with all these anti-Semitic people coming up acting like Israel's the bad guy. There's a
Yeah,
lot of ways
yeah,
you can see
yeah,
the truth in the
yeah,
story.
exactly.
Yeah.
Israel also arrested 6 Arabs on Sunday for planning an attack on an Arab Muslim school. These Arabs were in ISIS cell that is not only against Jews, but also against all Muslims that aren't ISIS as well. This was in Nazareth.
Yeah, Nazareth. And there's another way to see the truth in the story. Israel also is protecting Muslim schools in these same
From
Muslim
Muslims.
and these Muslim schools that were planned to attack on this Muslim school by this ISIS cell were the same schools that pump out terrorists. And like we showed about a couple months ago, where in the school plays here in Israel, the Arabs make plays to show how to add violence to their young ones, to brainwash them to attack Israelis and Jews and stuff. I don't know if you guys remember. I don't remember exactly which
Yeah.
which TGR news it was, but the same schools that we know are teaching anti-Israel, anti-Jewish teachings, we're still protecting
them.
This was an ISIS cell that was planning to attack this school, this
Yeah.
Muslim school, because as we know, Muslims are not safe from ISIS as well.
Yeah, if they're not ISIS, if they're not radicals. Yeah.
Well, almost about a few months ago, we had an ISIS-connected terrorist attack in the streets of Narir, or was it Hadera?
No, it wasn't.
It was in one of the northern cities, and where the guy was just shooting out soldiers that had just got off of a bus. And so ISIS seems to slowly start coming back.
Yeah.
At an Israeli prison where Arab terrorists are held, a sister of one of the incarcerated terrorists came with a large pair of scissors and tried to kill the guard at the prison. The guard was injured, but not seriously. She was running around after this other guard with a pair of scissors. I don't know what I know she didn't think she was going to be able to break her brother out of prison.
Yeah.
It was just an act of hatred, an act of trying to hurt Jews, an act of trying to, that's all it was. That's all it was.
Yeah. But think about it. She's trying to get scissors through the security in prison.
Yeah.
You
It was a pretty big pair of scissors too.
Yeah.
It wasn't the little ones you
it's not
give
like
the
you're
kids.
going with the scissors around in the street. It's
Yeah.
Well,
The agreement that Prime Minister Lapid is making with Hezbollah in Lebanon is the greatest show of weakness in the history of the state of Israel, in my opinion.
I agree.
Biden, after his latest speech giving the Arabs in Israel ammunitions to continue to kill us, and I think you know which speech I'm talking about, is now getting involved in pushing Israel to give our enemies even more. He's trying to get involved in this deal now with Hezbollah, which wasn't his deal, but now he's trying to put his little stamp on it, acting like he's doing some kind of great work or something. I don't know what he's doing, or what the people who are controlling him doing. This thing is getting really out of hand. It's out of control. I've never seen or heard even the history, even before I was born, of Israel doing such a thing, where a terrorist organization like Hezbollah, where the whole world knows it's a terrorist organization, there's no doubt about it in anyone's eyes, threatens Israel to attack Israel if we don't give them what they want. What they want is money and gas. Then we just give it to them. I've never seen that happen. No country, no Western country, I've never actually seen that happen. I can't believe that this is what's happening in our country right now.
Yeah.
Prime Minister Lapid has now made a move to try, we talked about this at the beginning of the video, to close the Channel 14 News Network. Channel 14 News Network is Israel's first attempt, fairly new channel, at like a Fox News format or Sky News or CNN, where it's a 24-hour-a-day news network. Up until now, Israel's not had anything like that. This was Israel's first attempt, and it's a right wing. And you say it's privately.
It's private.
Yeah.
It's not. We don't not finance it. Israel not financing it. So
Yeah.
it's private. So how he can even try to?
Yeah, so our right-wing news network, by using the Supreme Court to say that they are using their platform to spread lies, it doesn't matter exactly which ones he's trying to say, but that's obviously what he's doing. This is just yet another attack from the left trying to destroy democracy and freedom of speech, which we see everywhere in the world. And this is no country, not even Israel, the Holy Land, is vaccinated against that.
Yeah.
It's a big deal because it really is. It's Israel has three, including this one, Channel 14, basically has three main news networks: 12, 13, and 14. Right, 12 and 13. One's a little bit more down the middle, and one's a little bit more left.
Lefty, yeah.
And so now we have a really right wing one, and it's just.
And except that, I just wanted to add something, because people will think, okay, we have two maybe lefty and one right, but it's not true. We have Khan 11, which is also left wing. We have all the stations on the radio, which are about Galatz, and they're all lefty. They're all lefty. So it's like all of them left wing, and finally we have something on the right, which is private financial.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's
He's just trying.
he won't succeed, I think.
Yeah, and it's not just him who's doing it. It's just they use the left wing parties is using him as because he's coming from the prime minister seat. It might have a little bit more weight to it, right?
Yeah.
You might get a little bit more traction and get this illegal thing done, right?
And maybe it's one of his trying to show off because before of the election also, because I'm sure he knows he won't succeed. There's no doubt. There's no nothing.
I don't know these days. The Supreme Court in Israel seems to be pretty left wing.
Yeah.
If you read all the decisions that's come out of the Supreme Court in Israel in the last 10 years, it's pretty left wing. I don't know. I hope you're right.
Yeah. On Monday, a few Arab terrorists tried to kill IDF soldiers near Ramallah. Thank God they were not successful, and the soldiers were able to stop them.
Yeah.
So again, all the world will see how we cruel and we're trying to stop the one who trying to kill us. Oh, bad
us.
Bad us.
Yeah.
And we were so brutal trying to stop them. We even don't kill them, we stop them. Some of them, of course, injured because we're trying to protect our lives.
Absolutely.
But yeah, it's like nobody really asked about the soldiers' family who've been killed or injured, about the people who've been killed and injured every day in Israel in those terrorist attacks. What people actually care about is how Israel stopped them, and if we were too brutal, or maybe we were not gentle enough, or So
absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, we had Yom Kippur this week. It was, I'm sure you know. During Yom Kippur, the IDF did not stop. They went into Nablus and continued to arrest under heavy fire, like Ola says, always getting fired, always being shot at. Under heavy fire, the Arab terrorists that were responsible for terrorist attacks and planning more. So the main thing about this piece of news is good to see that even though it was Yom Kippur, the holiest day in Israel, the holiest day for the Jewish people, the IDF did not stop, which is good.
Yeah, we cannot stop. The bad guys don't stop.
Yep.
The IDF also went into Hebron and Nablus to rescue Israelis that found themselves in dangers from Arabs.
Yeah.
So
let's be honest.
Yeah,
let's be honest. Let's be honest about this. The reason these Israelis were even in those areas was to prove a point. I'm sure. I didn't talk to any of them personally. I'm sure, but they went in to prove a point that it's not what we talked about earlier, how it's not safe. It's safe for them to come to us, but it's not safe for us to go to them. And they proved it. They were successful. They proved that it was not safe for them to be there.
Yeah.
And if the IDF didn't get involved, they would not be here today. They'd be dead.
Yeah.
On Wednesday night, former Prime Minister Bennett stated that this deal with Hezbollah, the one we've been talking about with the gas, over the gas rigs, is not the same deal that he had agreed to. It's the same deal, word for word. It's a strange statement that he put out. They have not changed the deal one bit from what former Prime Minister Bennett had put on the table while he was the Prime Minister. It's the same deal. It's the same amount of percentages. It's the same amount of everything's pretty much the same. You can't say that I can't even recognize the deal. It's just ridiculous.
Maybe it happened because as I heard, they asked for more, and now he have to like show that, oh no, I didn't agree it from the begin
well,
with.
everyone knows they always ask for more. Look at any situation, any historical thing we've ever given to them, and what come out of it. You know, take Gaza. Gaza is a great example. They promised, you know, if you give us Gaza, which we did, if you give us Gaza, you get out and you give us Gaza, let it be our own little country, then everything will be fine. So we did.
We
Unfortunately,
give them greenhouses.
Ehud Barak gave it, just did it, unfortunately. But once they had it, first of all, we gave them money and ways to make their own electric plants, water plants, and everything because they wanted their own little thing there, right? They took that money that we gave them and put it into making weapons.
Terrorists, yeah.
We still give them electricity. We still give them water, us the bad guys, right?
Yeah.
Because if we didn't, no one there would have electricity or water. And the only thing they've done since we've given it to them is get armed to the teeth and shoot. Since they've had Gaza, hundreds of thousands of rockets to our cities, to our kids, to our schools. That's, you know, and they say now they want more, and then they'll be quiet,
Yes.
and then they'll be happy. Well, let me tell you a secret. If you give them what they're asking for now, they're just going to keep doing it until they have everything and we're dead.
Yeah,
That's
it's like we're trying to make a deal, but if you ask them, really ask them, what do you want? They will tell you, we want you to be dead.
Yeah,
we want all
absolutely.
the Jews being killed, and we want it all. Even the protest they have, I think it was in New York, they have a big protest, and they was shouting like, we don't want two-state solution. We want it all.
Yeah.
We don't want it. So maybe just stop, Biden, stop, or you know, Lapid, stop, and ask them what they really want, and you'll see they want us dead.
That's it. That's all they want. Well, former Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu had a relatively small heart attack at the end of the Yom Kippur fast. The doctors at the hospital took his medical care very seriously and are very positive that he'll make full recovery and everything will be fine. Just figured I'd put that in there because I know a lot of people love Benjamin Netanyahu, let you know what's going on with him.
Yeah.
Well, that was an emotional one, but we're finished.
Yeah, I'm like very angry.
Yeah, you got anything you want to say?
I hope you watched our video about the prayer request we did.
Prayer
Thank
request,
you.
put up prayer request.
Yeah,
Your prayer
yeah.
request in the wall.
And we have more, and thank you guys. It's a blessing for us to have all these prayer requests, take them and transfer your prayers to the wall and pray over them, and
Amen.
you know, just give it to God.
Amen.
So that's a blessing for us, and we're happy we did that, and we'll continue doing it. So continue, give us more, and
Absolutely.
that's all.
That's it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, don't forget to join us on thegoldenreport.com. And until next week,
Shabbat shalom.
God bless.